So ready. Wait, did we already swap?
Hello, we're on air with Corsair.
That was brilliant. That's the best. That's the best transition I've ever been a part of.
Perfect. I'm honored.
Oh, brilliant start. Brilliant start.
Hi, everybody.
This is why I'm not allowed to stream anymore. This is why.
This is it. This is why I kicked him off, and he's only allowed on here with adult supervision.
Wait, hold on. Are we saying that you're adult supervision? Is that what's happening right now, or?
You know. Okay, you're just not allowed on here without supervision.
That's fair. That's fair. That's much more accurate. Mike has an issue?
What do you mean it has an issue? What's the issue? Super muddy?
Okay.
You sound fine, and everything looks okay.
Okay, well, I can check. I can improve on that. Give me 2 seconds. How does that sound, everybody?
Now you're like a bit quiet.
Worse? How is that worse?
I think it's worse because you're quiet, but it is better quality.
I don't know that I'm on 100% on my end, and this is the normal mic I speak out of. This is interesting.
I can turn you up a little bit more on my end, which is interesting because I haven't changed the settings since the last time we've like done podcasts and stuff, so it's the same.
Right.
Is that better, guys?
Hello, my name is Bobberton.
Bobby. Now it's okay.
Now it's okay? Okay.
Technical issues, what are those?
What are those? Okay, well now I've got 2 mics and this feels weird, so I'm gonna pop that one out. There we go.
This is a computer thing. Don't change anything and everything changes. Correct. Correct. Hi,
Always the
everybody.
way.
Welcome
Always
to
the way.
chat. Welcome to Corsair Cove, where every time Bob is on here, we have technical issues first before we can do anything.
I love how it was like blame Bob in chat, and I said to Lucky before we started, I was like, what are they blame Bob? I was like, I mean, it was me. It was my fault, but why?
Oh, speaking of, because I always have the best times on this podcast, there are people mowing my lawn outside, so apologies.
I feel like the only way I can improve on that is by someone now mowing on my lawn just to compete with like the craziness.
Correct. This is a great day for a podcast. Everything is working in our favor.
I don't have a mug to sit here and pretend like everything's burning, so I'm just gonna.
When I used to stream like on my personal channel, I used to have like random little GIFs that I could, bring up on my screen. Like I had the math numbers that would come across whenever something weird was happening. I was like, I don't understand what's happening. I feel like I need to have a fire one so I can be like, this is fine, and then enable the fire GIF to come up.
Is this just when I'm? This is just when I'm on stream again. This right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it's only ever active when Bob is here.
Just permanently on. I love it.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome. We are on air with Corsair.
Just
just a little bit. Just a smidgen. Oh, yeah. I need to enable that. Thanks, Care. I will do that next time, I promise. Okay. So, as everybody knows, it's me, Lucky Chanzlyn. I am the community captain. And then we have our good friend, Bob, who everybody always asks me, what is Bob doing? Where is Bob? Why are you not here, Bob? So, on that note,
who is Bob?
What have you? It's never how is Bob though. Never.
Just where and why?
Correct. But speaking of, what have you been up to, Bob?
I've been doing nothing. No, I've been very busy. I've been doing lots of stuff, lots of things. Work being one of them. I'm hard at work and working with our fantastic creators, which has been fantastic. But I'm also doing a bunch of other things in the background. There are going to be some things that are literally in the background that I'm going to show you in a second, and I'll be going over. But I've also I've bought myself something, and you can maybe see it. Maybe see it from where it is. It's right there. Just in there, and I've been doing some fun things with it, and it's actually the topic of today's podcast.
I thought you
So
were
I bought
pointing
myself
at
a
your
3D
fan.
printer. Yes, my fan. No, it's a 3D printer. It's over there. It's hidden because I like things to be hidden and secretive and thingy. But I've been doing a bunch of 3D printing things and delving into that world, which has been fantastic. I've also been playing lots of games as well. I actually managed to get gaming in and doing DIY stuff.
What
and
games?
Funnily enough, Destiny 2.
Oh,
Destiny
that's
2 has
right.
been,
I
like,
remember. I've been seeing you on my friends
expansions
list
out.
doing Destiny. I was like, back in that grind.
It's a grind. We tried to do contest mode for day one, and I highly recommend that no one do it. it was pain. We said 6 hours, and it's fine. You know, like when you play a difficult game and you hit your head against a wall for a bit, and it's like, okay, this is cool. It's fine. I will get through this.
Yes.
We didn't.
Oh, rip.
6.5 hours of the same wall.
Oh no.
Of us hitting our heads against it, and it would not work, sadly. But it's what happens when you take, like when I don't know if anybody experiences this, when you take time away from a game, right? You pull time away from a game, and you're like, oh, I love this game. I've got 1,000 hours at this game, but I've not been on for a little while, so let me refresh my mind. It should be pretty easy.
No,
It's not.
Never.
Not at this age.
No, not at this age, and also just the way video games have gone. There is no just picking it back up and going back in. You're like, I don't know how to play this game.
I did this recently with Pokemon. I forgot I hadn't completed Pokemon Shield. Like I think I'm like halfway through it still, and my kid picked up the Switch and started playing it. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I haven't finished this, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back and finish it. And I was like, who is that? I didn't recognize half the Pokemon. I was like, I don't know what game this is.
Oh my god, I've been playing Pokemon Go, and so there was like a community day over the weekend, and I went to it and hung out in the park and everything, and there were Pokemon popping up on my screen. Like, I've never seen this Pokemon in my life, and I've played every Pokemon game. This is not real. This is not remotely real.
That's the thing, but it gets to a point where you're like, okay, there's like, how many Pokemon are there right now? There's like almost like 1,500, right? Like it's over 1,000, isn't it?
I think it's just over 1,000. I think.
Just over 1,000. There we go. Okay, 1,000.
Well, actually, don't listen to Zinc. I don't trust Zinc.
Okay, we have to. Okay, hold on. We gotta do this.
I've learned Zinc just says stuff sometimes.
How many Pokemon are there in total? Oh, he did technically lie.
See? You can't trust
Because it's 1,025.
Yeah. Suck it, Zinc.
So, missed one. But if you include regional variations, Mega Evolutions, and Gigantamax forms, the total count is 1,164.
No, we don't count this. Yeah. That's too many. We've moved on from that part.
We have entirely.
They always introduce new evolutions, and then the next game they're like, we're not going to talk about those.
Yeah, that's another part of the world. It's like, they have planes and flying Pokemon. What?
It's fine.
What do you mean? Are they pocket universes? What's going on? I feel like there's some lore to Pokemon that we've not quite fully grasped yet, but they're just like, don't worry about it. Keep moving. Just keep the line moving. Oh, dear.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, if there's this stat apparently that you can't, as human beings, have more than 60 relationships with other people, like fully maintained. Something like, I can't. This is where I'm at. I cannot remember more than 60 Pokemon anymore. So that's kind of like my limit. I'm putting that limit. 60 is the maximum amount of anything that I can remember, and that's it. And then I'm done. So whatever other Pokemon, they're not real. They're not real. It's just the original starting 60.
This is correct. I know the Pokemon rap, and so any Pokemon in that rap song, I know for sure, and that's it. Anything beyond that,
you got the first 150 then. That's
good. Okay. Before we continue, do the rap? Absolutely not. We're gonna have to. It's not DMCA free. I can't be doing covers of that. I have to take the podcast down. It's a whole thing. Maybe if you catch me in karaoke. So, hey everybody. I am so glad you are all here. Welcome on in. This is actually the Pokemon podcast. We are going to talk about one Pokemon per episode. So we have quite a few episodes ahead of us.
Oh, I love it.
Okay.
60 to be exact.
60. Yes, exactly 60. And by 60, it's 120 because I have 60 and Bob has 60, and it's never the same.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, so a handful of community updates I just wanted to share, and then we'll dive into our 3D printing topic. So first up is, you guys want more Bob? I'm working on more Bob because this Thursday, Nettie is streaming again, and Bob will be there. Bob's getting fancy.
I realized I have to switch to the other mic now because everyone got annoyed at my mic quality. So if I want to talk over there, I've got to switch
You're
the
good.
mic.
Do it.
Okay, we're good. We're good. Here we go. We're gonna do this really fancily, and we're using all the software. You ready?
Look at this. Look at how fancy Bob has been. This is what he's been up to. That's why he hasn't been here. He's been working on treating you guys to fun things.
I have. I'm gonna do a quick sneak peek of some things that have been sent. There's some more stuff coming up, but I've got a few little things, which I won't show too heftily and too quickly. But SSDs. We've got some light enhancement kits. We've got some RAM we're showing off. We've got some light strips. And we've also, courtesy of Gigabyte and, courtesy of Intel at Gigabyte, we have a Intel Core Ultra 7 that we're going to be putting into a build, and a Z890 Eagle Wi-Fi 7.
Fancy.
So it's actually a very, very nice system we're going to be putting together. And this is going to be a system that we use to showcase loads of cool things. But what I want to start people thinking of, which is why I wanted to show off a little bit here, is I want to know what case you want to see all of this stuff go into, because there's going to be some cool stuff coming up. I'm going to go back there, though. I'll see you in a sec.
But yeah, if you guys want to see more about the stuff that Bob just showed off and what he's doing, you should tune in on Thursday. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yes.
But yeah, feel free to drop in chat what kind of case you think you would love to see. Oh, the Frame 5000D. That's a pretty good one.
I'm actually excited about that because I really like building the 4000D because I thought it was one of the nicest ones to actually build in. And then what I started to realize is, even though you got a great amount of space in that, the 5000D is like even more spacious. So not only obviously can you do more in it, like custom water loops, which is something I might like to try, not this time, but later down the line. So I think the 5000D would actually be a really fun case to do this in. But yeah, maybe we'll do that one. Maybe I'll have to wait and see.
We'll see. The second thing for the community is that we have Camp Corsair going on. If you guys want to join in, this is the last week of fun that we're doing. So I am happy to bring people into the camp activities. I am going to be running an activity later today. And then we have an activity pretty much every day this week, Monday through Friday. So come and hang out with us. We're doing lots of fun things. And I'm also going to be sending out some sweet, sweet swag to people who participate. We have lanyards and enamel pins that are going to be going out. And then we also have a bunch of stuff that people will be entered for giveaways, like a Corsair mug, because I know a lot of people have been asking for a mug. And then a handful of various products like the Titan 360 AIO. All right.
Very nice.
And for the last community note, how do you join the camp? There is a welcome center. When you join the Discord, there's a Camp Corsair section. There's a welcome center. Just ping me in there that you want to join, and I will add you to a cabin, and we will have some fun festivities. Alrighty. So the last community note is we actually have a contest going on right now. If you are interested in 3D modeling, 3D printing, you will want to check it out. We are partnered with Prusa, and we have a competition on the printable site. I just linked it in chat. And basically, if you know how to 3D model, you have some basic knowledge of 3D modeling, you can go to the website to this competition. You can see that we uploaded the files for our AIO pump cap, the DRAM toppers, and the fan side clips. So you can just download those blank files and decorate them to your heart's content and upload them for this competition. We have quite a few prizes on there. One of them being Prusa being kind enough to join us in this by giving a printer away, along with our AIO, some fans, some memory. Like we have a ton of stuff going on there. So go check it out. Come join us. And the best part is if you don't know anything about 3D modeling or not entirely sure where to begin with this 3D modeling project, we do have an Explorer article on our website. So if you just go to the Corsair Explorer page, type in like 3D printing, it should come up and it'll bring you to the like contest page. But in there, Albert, our technical marketer who you've seen on a couple of streams, he has included some information on like where to start and all that fun stuff. So come and check it out, join the fun. But speaking of 3D printing, Bob, let's get into it.
I'm really excited about this because I feel like this is just like perfect timing, because I've been wanting to do it for a while. I've had a good friend of mine who, those of you who might have seen like previous streams, you might have seen the wood, like the CNC milled wood like ram toppers for the Dominator Titanium, and he's been trying to get me into this for ages. So I'm like super excited about this because it fits really well into like, I've just bought a new house, so I've got loads of stuff that I'm printing for the new house. I've got loads of stuff that I'm printing for like the builds that we're doing, and also like I'm also printing like little 3D Jeffs.
Oh my god, Jeff!
He's so cute.
You have no idea. I have loved Jeff for like forever, like 5+ years now, and so it's been like my biggest joy of it coming to Marvel. I know he's a menace in Marvel Rivals, but I just love that he's more popular now because of all the merch that's coming out.
yeah. There's so many plushies. I didn't know this. There's like Marvel Rival Funkos as well, which is really cool. But yes, I actually like, on the 3D printing side of actually as well. And so obviously the printables. There's a few sites that I've been learning. So obviously we have printables, and that's where a lot of the Corsair stuff is. I have, like custom Corsair stuff installed. I have a Bamboo Labs printer myself, so I've been using the Handy app and stuff like that. So if you do, depending on which one you go with, you'll obviously use different stores and like different sites to be able to look at things. But obviously they're interchangeable as well. But I found so many cool things. Like I found today that you can actually print like little covers for the screws in the fans.
You were so excited about that.
I was like so hyped about this. I was like,
funny.
it's such a silly little thing that is really, really cool. And I'm going to show you. I'm just going to show you them because I have them saved because I'm currently just looking through Corsair. There's so many cool things. I'm sat here thinking, it's like, oh, cool. We've got the Frame 4000D. We've got the front panels, the shroud, the motherboard tray, and all the stuff like that with the frame cases. And I was like, I guess that's kind of where it ends. And the more I'm seeing this, like, the more I'm like, oh my God, there is so much stuff here. I actually have some of the radiator tubes in the piece. I don't know if you can see it from here, but there is the radiator tubes here. I actually have some 3D printed white clips that keep it in and out of the way, which is really nice. And I actually have some used on this Frame 4000D build here, which actually I think I posted this out. You guys might have seen it on socials. But I've actually made our Titan AIO fit in as a stealth AIO, which is really weird because I didn't think you could do this, but I've actually hidden the majority of the tubes up and behind the fans in the 4000D.
Yes, I have seen people do that. It's so clean too. You're just like, where did they go?
So good. I definitely recommend that. I've mostly heard that Bob's been working on a treat for us. Yeah. different treat, sadly.
Nope. Apologies. There's a knock at the door, some mercy. I had to have a time. I told you, today is a great day for a podcast.
It's just the best day. It's like, by the way, just for anybody who's like thinking I'm just being like really antisocial and really unprofessional on a podcast, I am literally looking up like 3D things for like what's there. So there's so much stuff on here. Like there's like retention brackets for like AIOs, even older ones as well. So if they're like harder to replace, obviously we do our things for like AM4 and AM5, and obviously like all up to date Intel stuff. But like if you have older stuff as well, I didn't know you could do this. You could just print a different one to be able to retain the bracket, even if it's like temporary, right? Just to be able to keep your thing going. Cable combs, there's like things to attach stream decks to your like keyboards and everything. It's amazing.
I just had a very cursed thought because Death Wish posted, it's like, I'm interested in printing case feet for the Frame 4000 and 5000, and I was like, oh yeah, that'd be really cool. Yep. But then I was like, what if we printed actual like human feet, like little tiny human feet to put underneath our case?
The second you said it, I was like, oh no, she's not going to say that.
I'm just saying, I think that would be so funny.
I am terrified of that idea, yet I still need to see it. So anybody who does that, please tag me in the Discord. That sounds so ridiculous and fun.
I'm going to human feet case feet are a thing. Of course they are, but we need them now. I'm gonna ask Vince to make a video of this because
Can I put my frame 4000D in heels? Do you think?
that's even better. Everyone's like, oh, everyone's
that-
seeing the feet, but what about feet and heels though? We're onto something. We're cooking here.
Slay
We're cooking.
4000D. That's what I'm having. That's it.
Done.
I love that
Done.
so much.
This is, and just wait, guys. This will be the next TikTok video. You don't even know. You don't even know.
Yeah. Oh my god. This is really cool. Sorry, I'm just seeing some other things. There's like additional brackets to be able to mount like radiators and stuff like that. Like smaller or larger radiators and stuff like that in existing cases.
Oh yeah, which
This is so cool.
no, you're good. You also reminded me about how we did the open frame platform for desk builds back in April.
Yes.
And so if you go to our printables page, and we even have an Explorer article on it where we have uploaded all of the files for everything that we use to mount the various different products onto the platform. Like, we want to make this as accessible as possible, so we do try to upload things. And, we want to hear from the community. Like, what kind of stuff would you like to see that you can 3D print? Like, I think it's fun. I love that. Actually, we need to make like a ship model and then have the Kraken tentacles wrap around it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, that is so cool. Like,
That
you
would be
literally just have it
sick.
as like it's being attacked. That's so cool. Yeah, excuse me, guys. This podcast is now going to consist of me just going, ooh, every 5 seconds. Ooh. Genuine one. There's a Destiny Ghost Cherry MX keycap that you can print as well for Corsair keyboards as
Oh my
well.
God,
I
adorable.
love that. It's so much fun.
There's
So much fun.
so much good stuff for like Corsair stuff that you can Google. Like, you can, like, I've gone to Thingiverse and Printables and all these other pages, and I just Google or type in Corsair, and it brings up so many different Corsair products that people have created things for. Like, one person created a I think it was supposed to be like an RGB coaster or a charging pad or like a little thing, and they just modified one of our products to stick into it, and it's amazing. Like, seriously incredible.
Can I tell you something about that?
Yes.
That one was actually taken and turned into some limited edition merch internally.
Why did I get one?
That into limited edition, I'm going to assume. Apparently, it was before both me and you joined. But yeah, apparently they did exist, and they actually made them for events and stuff like that as prizes, which was really cool.
The one I saw was during our time here. It was posted on the subreddit, so this was just a fan created one. So
there you go.
I don't know. It's really cool. I feel like the thing with 3D printing is that it is a relatively new thing. It's still growing, but I think it's one of those technologies that has grown exponentially from where it first started to where it is now. Back then it's oh, you can do these basic little things, but now they're 3D printing pens that I've seen people just take this pen and they just draw an image, and then they can take off the image and kind of draw again from it and create an actual 3D object. It's wild how far 3D printing has come in such a short time. But because of that, I feel like, oh my God. Oh my God.
I've been having so much fun. It's a fidget toy, just for reference, especially for HR if they're watching. It's just a fun little. It's been printing so many little things.
Guys, it was really nice doing Corsair Cove. It's a bummer that this is the last one, I guess. So, enjoy it while we're here.
Podcast cancelled due to employee inciting violence against viewers. Blame Bob.
It was good. Blame Bob. # blame Bob. And that's the last we saw of Bob.
I love it. It's just so fun, though.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing with 3D printing. It's a lot of people just don't realize the different ways that you can incorporate it into your everyday life. And one of those is PC building. One of our big things with PC building is DIY. Do it yourself, create it yourself, really make it your own and make it who you are personality-wise. And so 3D printing can help you push that further, especially because of our latest cases. I think personally, the Frame 4000 and the 5000, they're stunning, beautiful cases, but they have a lot of customizations that you can do with them. And 3D printing is a huge part of that too. We want to encourage you guys to really create your own aesthetic.
I think that also goes like we talk because we actually talk a hell of a lot about like the frame cases being like the forefront of 3D printing, and they very much are, right?
Yeah,
Like they very much are.
absolutely.
But we also like I think the fact that we don't overlook it, but like I think a lot of the time we kind of don't talk about as much how it's not just the cases. Like if you go on printables right now, they're like some of the main pieces on the highlighted models on there. We're talking about the customizations you can do to the RX fans, like the thing you can actually customize them and do your own thing, add your own things on the side of the fans. You can change the top bars on your RAM. You can change the cap swap on the AIOs. You can change all of the cases, as we've already talked about. There's so many like different little bits. Like most of the most of the products that we provide for DIY are customizable, and we even provide the blanks. So it's like you're already kind of like there. The kit's ready to go. And it really isn't. I'm realizing this now. It's such a small step after you've obviously acquired a 3D printer, which I understand. But from there, it's actually like such a small step to get into doing these things. Because I'm like sat here right now, and I've got like 3 things like ready to go as soon as this podcast ends. I'm printing like, so many cool things that I'm just like. And again, like little things like those little tacks that go inside the fan things. Everything that's on here is just like stuff. We're giving like. I love how frame has been named, because it really is just providing that framework for people to be able to do what they want with it.
Such a good name.
I'm really excited to see more of that come out, because it's just so cool. It's just the best.
I am too. And the other thing too is like, I know that again we've talked about how 3D printing is relatively new, but the other thing is that it's a lot more accessible than I think people realize, because I'm sure a chunk of our audience doesn't own a 3D printer or thinks they'll never own one, just given various circumstances. But the beauty of it is there's actually a lot of places that provide 3D printing as a way, like as an option for you to be able to just send your file to, and they will print it and send it back to you. You can find online services that'll do that for you, or you can also find, what Abyssal said is maker spaces. Like maker spaces are incredible. They are found in a lot of places where they're typically found in big cities at the very least. So you can find like a local one to go to. Some libraries also have a maker space. If you don't support your local library already, you should. Like you go get a free card and sign up, and then you can go get some stuff printed. Like there are various ways for you to be able to get things that you want 3D printed without having to own a 3D printer. So there's ways for you to really expand the DIY.
I actually love that. One of our creators, funnily enough, works at a university who has a creator space like this, and it's really cool because talking to him about how they kind of convert those things to like people who don't, like especially students who don't tend to have access to, that amount of disposable income for or space even for like 3D printers. So they are just so invaluable and really, really cool as well, because you get to learn. There's really cool opportunities not just to do that when you have people that are actually like, people like manned maker spaces. You have a lot of this situation where you can end up talking to people and learning about things and experiencing different things that you can do. Because I bought this really just for like my room, like for just like doing little bits for my room, like, for my PCs and like doing stuff with work. And I've done like so much outside of it as well. It's such a cool hobby to get into that I didn't think I'd actually be excited about until I really started exploring like everything, that all the 3D models that people have made. And getting into making your own models is actually way easier than I thought it would be. I've already made like 2 or 3 different models for like things for my house and stuff like that. So don't be afraid. It's actually incredibly approachable. Great place to start, I found anyway, is Tinkercad if you want to just start doing some basic stuff, and then you can move up to more advanced programs like using stuff like CAD, like all that. But yeah, and Blender and all the like the fun, like really intense programs. But you can start really, really small, and it's one thing I kind of like. I've like tried to say to people, if everyone said, oh right, how like this takes a lot to get into, though, I was like, yes, there is if you are buying your own 3D printer, there's obviously like a cost attached to that.
Yes.
But outside of that piece, when you start moving forward, you can start really small. Do your own 3D prints, play around, have some fun. It's a really fun thing to do. And then, like Lucky says, try out those maker spaces, try out like those services, stuff like that. It'd be great.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I at one point I think I had 4 3D printers, and We had it's a whole thing. We went through a phase during
Oh
the
my gosh.
pandemic. Okay.
No, I love this. This is more Lucky Law. I'm all for. This is fantastic.
Well, that was gonna be my
Hit
question.
me.
Is like,
Give us some more.
what's our experience with 3D printing? And mine was that we had like 4 3D printers. We 3D printed some like cosplay things. I have a handful of cosplay stuff that we created. It was very interesting because this was before like resin printers were an option. So we had very much like the rough lines and things on there. And so learning the different methods to sand that stuff down to smooth it out and make it almost like seamless. It took a while. And also, I feel like 3D printers have been calibrated significantly better now than they were then, because there were times where we would have a print that would take like 17 hours. And I think at like the 12 or 13 hour mark, something happens with the calibration and it moves literally like a millimeter. So then the print is like jagged back one little bit. And so it's completely off. And we're like, do we try to save this by putting some, like we have specific clay that we use to put on there to smooth it out, or do we redo this 17-hour print? Who's to say? But it was an experience, really, learning to 3D print, and I think that's the beauty of it now, is that there's so many different ways to get into it and to experiment and to try the different things, and you really can start small. I want to say I do not recommend that you get a resin 3D printer as your first 3D printer, because the thing that a lot of people don't know is that resin is actually very toxic, in that the fumes that it produces is extremely dangerous, especially to those with smaller lungs. So like children, animals, like you need to have a well-ventilated space for a 3D resin printer.
People.
So if you want to get into 3D printing, don't get that unless you know for sure that you have the space to ventilate it properly and that people will not be around it, because those prints will take hours to do. But
Yes.
yeah, like getting the standard filament and all that, like please check it out. Like I think it's fun.
There was a question in chat which Deathwish asked, and I was trying to showcase it in.
I was wondering, I was like,
action.
what is this
What
stress
is he
toy?
doing? I was trying to crush Jeff, and I've hurt my hand. I've literally got a dent in my hand now. So, yeah, this is just regular PLA, and it is pretty durable. Especially like, as Lucky said, like nowadays you can see lines on here. So I'm going to try and get you a really close up. I don't know if it will show on this camera, but try and get you a really close up. No, it's going to blur, unfortunately. But yeah, you still get some lines on this, but they are nowadays they're calibrated so well. And again, every year it becomes more and more accessible, because I know last year I was like, no, that's too rich for my blood. I think I got mine for like £319,
Oh wow.
which is like really, really, really cheap.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, I'm going to dive into it. I'm going to see how it goes. I definitely recommend starting with something small. I actually got a P1P, which is probably like, at least from Bamboo Lab's side, is like their third up in the ring. So I probably could have started at like, their like mini, like A1 mini or something like that. And that's like really, really affordable now compared to obviously when they first started coming out and so on and so forth. So again, just more accessible than ever. Again, and like you can like start ramping up. You can get PLA plus. You can get different toughnesses depending on which like filaments you buy. And yeah, you can play around with things. I think the thing is one thing I found with 3D printing is it's all about iterations. So both from like the first printer, you'll scale up. You'll get a starter like printer, and then you'll get a bigger printer later on as you get more into it. And it's really a way you could just start small and just grow grow as you grow, I guess.
Yes.
Is the kind of piece there, which is really just makes it so interesting to me as a hobby, because it's just easier to pick up than I honestly think a lot of the things that I've ever. It's easier to pick up than gaming, because it costs less than a console. Like genuinely, and again, like the things that you can do in the real world with it are really, really cool as well. So, yeah, if you're spending on a PC, I think spending on a 3D printer is a really cool way to enhance your entire experience with building PCs as well. So, highly recommend.
Fully agreed. Like, I'm already going through the competition on a daily basis that we have on the Principal site, which, again, for anybody who just popped in, we have a 3D modeling contest on Principals right now. And it's basically we're asking people to get really creative with our AIO pump cap tops, the DRAM toppers, and the fan side clips. But you can also just go on there and see the entries that we have already from a bunch of people. I think you can have up to 5 different entries, but we currently have almost 400 entries, which is amazing. And just scrolling through, like one person created a full PC that was like a mini PC as a pump cap AIO cover, and it actually features other little Corsair products in it. There was someone who I saw, I'm pretty sure it is the Star Wars Trench Run, and it has like the little designs and everything. Like it's just so fun and creative what people are doing on there. I see Bob's face. Bob, why? What's
I've
this
just
shock
seen
face?
it. I didn't realize we could look at the entries yet. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my! Someone's done like this is, I would say, like more of a like obviously not like the Star Wars Trench Run, but there's one which is just like a space age style pump cap, and it looks so cool. And I think that in like something like the 5000T case, which is very spacey kind of looking case, that would be incredible. My mind is whirring right now, guys. I didn't even know we could see. I was like, oh, I can't wait to see all the entries. I'm like, you can see all the entries. There's so much stuff here already. This is incredible.
There's a ton of people that have gotten really creative. Like one of them created.
You can print them now.
Yes. Yeah. All of
you can just go ahead and do them now.
Yes.
There's a duck. Sorry.
That's when so there's one that I linked that is a cover that you can put little wood panels in because some people like a wooden theme, and that's where I got that one that I sent to you, Bob. You and
I
Steph.
thought you could see them because you were part of the organization. I'm now getting a much clearer understanding of what's. Oh my god, there's an amazing one. I'm a very, very big fan of like minimalism, right? So having like really like nice, pretty designs. There's one called the Titan AIO Cap Flow, and it's got this really nice like ridge line, like
yes,
ridge
I've
lines.
seen. There's some really beautiful ones on there. I saw someone did this like really cool crystal looking platform situation, and if you use the right filament, it'll have a beautiful like diffusion of the colors. Like, oh, it's so cool. Like I'm genuinely excited to go through this and print a handful of them.
There's a Corsair Benchy. It's got a keyboard. It's got a K70 keyboard on the back. Oh my god, I love it so much.
But there was a good question in chat was from Deathwish asking what's a simple and free 3D design software we would recommend. Step mentioned Tinkercad. I mentioned Blender. Somebody else mentioned Fusion 360. Like there are quite a few free 3D modeling programs out there, and they're really easy to pick up. Like I knew nothing about 3D modeling, and then when I got into dice making, I actually 3D modeled my own dice and created my own little symbols and chose my own like font style and everything, and 3D modeled, like printed those out, and those were resin because I had to sand them down and make them really fine so I can turn them into silicone molds. But that was a whole thing. It was a whole production. But I learned so much in such a short time in just being able to 3D model that simply in Blender. And so same thing with all the other ones. Like there's so many videos out there. I think a really popular one that I've seen for Blender is someone, it's like, I think if you type in like Blender donut on YouTube, it's a very popular like YouTube tutorial of learning the basics of Blender, and you're going to make a donut in Blender, and that will teach you like so much on how to use the program. Is it balanced dice? Are any dice balanced? Let's be real. What, Pop?
I just found one with little penguins in a little like pool as a cap swap.
Isn't
oh my god,
it cute?
that's so cool. Oh my god, this is blowing my mind because like this is I've never seen any of these. I know this could very very much. Oh yeah, sure he's looking now and look at all the surprise, but this is so cool. There's a Lego one. There's one where you could put a Legos on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Sorry, I'm
no.
getting so very distracted.
No, you're good. We're talking about 3D printing. You're excited about 3D printing. I think it fits really well. Because I was going to say, that's the other thing. It's like we're not taking anybody's designs or anything. Like we are just having people upload the designs to printables. They are free to download, free to use. Like we are literally just trying to connect with the community and showing that what's possible with 3D printing and PC building, while also just awarding some people for being able to participate in such a fun competition. So if you have not checked out the files on Principles, you should totally go. You can just go to the contest page or type !contest into chat, and you'll be able to see a lot of the entries. You wish you had a
They're
brain to
so cool.
design
People are so
stuff.
talented. Oh my
Aren't
God.
they?
This is so
Devin,
cool.
Devin Does Tech on YouTube says they wish they had a big brain to design stuff, but you'll print some stuff for sure. Trust me. Trust me. You will find something, you'll come up with an idea. Everybody comes up with ideas and you'll be able to create it. You're going to start small and you'll grow big from there. Like, I know you're going to create some great stuff. But in the meantime, you are correct. There are fantastic designs on like printables on Thingiverse, etc., that you can find and just print, and it's amazing.
I'm just absolutely astounded by this. There's like a one. There's okay. So for this is a RAM thing that I've just found, which I'm super loving. So there's a hold on. I should be able to put it in chat. I'll put it in as the Corsair one. This is something. This is just something I've spotted. Am I okay doing this? I guess it's an entry. Yeah. This is really fantastic. I really like this. This is like it's a mountain, like RAM toppers. So it's like shaped like a mountain, but it's basically all four RAM toppers are different. So if you put them all together, it's all one topographic map.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So it's not treating it as like, oh, this is a single unit. You actually print 4 separate ones that all go together.
Yep. Yeah. I think one of the first times that we showed off that we could do any 3D printing stuff was like a year and a half ago. We did, we 3D printed our own DRAM toppers, and it was actually a design that I helped create. I worked with the design team to design it, and it's very much like a, what's the phrase? Like neon wave. It's like a neon wave mountain scene. Like you've seen those GIFs where it's like you're driving through and the mountains are made of like these geometric neon patterns. And so I had them like create that, and it is also like staggered. So every piece is different from each other, but together they make just a beautiful landscape. And that's the same thing as these mountain ones. Like that's what the mountain ones make me think of. And they're just so fun and so pretty. Like it's these little things you can do for your PC that can really just make it yours. And that's what I think is just fantastic about 3D printing.
2 more. I've got to talk about these ones. These are 3 more technically. So there's one where you can have a little Hot Wheels car it's got a little shelf for a Hot Wheels car on the cap swap. That's amazing. Cheese platter, platter, not all the same, but different cheeses in different colors of like dominated titanium RAM. So you got like one that's like Swiss cheese, one that's like Edam or something. That's so cool. I love that. And then there's another one which I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for highlighting this one, but it's a dominated titanium top bar, but it's just flames. It's like they're on fire, which is also with the RGB that can actually like look really
cool.
Yeah, if you could have like that pass through, like because obviously there's one thing as well, and I don't know how much we would look at advertising this per se, but like the modules that are on top of the on top of the dominated titanium RAM do have the RGB kit inside them, and you can technically take those apart and then print things that will encompass those, which are absolutely amazing because they basically just plug back into the RAM.
Yes.
So that's definitely something to look at if you're looking to get really advanced, to do some really cool stuff. Again, I know a couple of people, a friend of mine has been doing this, has been working on this with us on a creative side of things, which I'm really excited to share. Unfortunately, we didn't have it for today because we were actually going to try and showcase it today, but it didn't happen.
Next time.
Timing wise, but next time.
From the way chat's talking, I'm assuming they're enjoying the conversation about 3D printing and wouldn't mind if we revisited this topic at a later date, right?
Well, if they insist, you know what I mean? I could definitely make some time in my calendar to talk about this some more.
But yeah, I love 3D printing. I think it's super cool, the different things that people can do. And I actually want to go off your topic mention of like how you can take out the RGB lights within the DRAM toppers to really customize them. Mm-hmm. I think that's the beauty of a lot of our products, especially like the frame series, is that there's people who are super advanced when it comes to PC building or even PC modding that you can just be like, all right, here is a cardboard box, make something. And they will like turn that out into something incredible. But there are other people who prefer a little bit more structure. And that's where I think our frame series is fantastic because while it does have a lot of modularity to it, it's not too free form that you feel like you're going to be overwhelmed trying to make a decision. Whereas we already laid the foundation for you. From there, you can choose what bits and pieces you want to customize. And same thing goes for, like the DRAM toppers. Like we have it to where you can just take the top off, like just plugs right out. You put in your new one, you're good to go. Some of them you might have to like unscrew and re-screw, like 2 screws at the top, and that's it. But in other instances, if you want to get a little bit more advanced, much like the frame series as well, is okay, well, you're comfortable doing this stuff. Now you feel like you're comfortable taking out the light strip so you can put that into a different piece. Like we have a really good foundation for like all kinds of ranges of experience when it comes to 3D modeling and PC building. And I think that's just such a great thing about a lot of our products.
I think that's the thing. I think you kind of nailed it there. Where you said something, and my brain's trying to remember it now. Yes, it just in terms of like how it's built. You do when you go and get, and again, I want to shout out the Frame 4000D specifically. I am very excited about building in the 5000D, but the Frame 4000D for being a sub $100 case, or at least release, not including tariff. But yeah, just in terms of like, just in terms of that being like a really like affordable case, and having all the stuff that you can do with it, where it's the thing where you go, cool, I'm just gonna try things. I'm gonna like experiment with things, and if you don't like them off the first, you can take them back and just put the stock stuff on. Obviously, we'll be releasing accessories and things for that color as time goes on, and I know that's a really like big ask question, but that's definitely something that we're still looking at and will be coming. So there is these whole things where even if you don't want to be 3D printing like in specific yourself, or at least not at first, you will have options. There will be options that are going to be available. And then as you start getting more confident around this, or start exploring more things around customization, because I think one of the coolest things that I've experienced since joining Corsair specifically is the level of customization that the company is trying to give. And it is about giving the ability, right? It's not about going like you have to do this or you have to do that. It's giving you all of these options to be able to play with, and all these things and all these toys to like have fun with. And I don't think I've ever enjoyed the idea of making something like so specifically mine, that until like just recently, until I obviously like got my hands on a 3D printer myself, I'm like, now I'm really excited. I was already excited before, but now I'm seeing the possibilities and just consistently seeing that creativity that are coming out. And again, it's one of the things where you're like, oh, I'm not very creative. You don't need to be, not at first anyway, right? Like if you want to be creative later on, that's fine. But like, take inspiration from stuff as well. Go and see what folks are making. Go and see a lot of stuff. A lot of obviously like 3D models. Some are paid on certain platforms, but like a lot of the stuff that is available is free for you guys to go and like have a look at, try out, print, have fun with. You don't have to use every single thing. Trust me, I've printed a lot of duds. I was like, what? That's not going to work. No, maybe not. That one will though, and I really like that. And it's just having these things where you can just slowly iterate. You can go and change one thing or add another or remove like one and replace it with something else. I really like that. And I think the whole process is just, again, I love the idea with the fact that my PC will be my PC. Like, no, it will not look like anyone else's. It will just look like I did it. And it's like, oh, that's so unique. I love what you did with that, or I love what you did with that. And yeah.
It's so freaking good. I just wanted to comment that George is on YouTube and he wrote, he's waiting until we get into 4D printing.
4D printing? What, we're gonna put like fat, like, outgoing fans and water spray or stuff like that? Are we talking like 4D cinema?
Oh my god. Wait, you're cooking. You're onto something. We're gonna throw this back.
We could put a smoke machine inside it for when there's like smoke inside a game, and it can do. Could we you can link up lights and reactive lights to gaming in
Yes,
IQ?
correct.
Could we link other things up, maybe?
Yeah, have the little spray effect whenever if you're playing like Sea of Thieves, you're on the ocean and you stand at the end of your boat and the water starts splashing on your face. You have a little spritz bottle going on.
I'm going to 3D print a motorized frame that will sit underneath my case that will rock the case when I'm on water. Like a boat.
Oh, no, George's idea is that we can print through time. So he's
oh, okay.
He's
like
farther ahead of us than us.
Dimensional beings. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Don't worry, George. I already am. Was
did have done did.
How does that work? I've been
was...
playing a lot of Destiny recently, and the latest expansion is all about time, and it is really fun trying to deal with like tenses in a game.
This is
Like,
me every time I watch Doctor Who. Time travel.
yes,
You just
wibbly
you
wobbly
can't.
timey-wimey stuff. Yes. Genuine I know I keep I feel like I keep going on about this, but oh my god, the folks over who've entered into this contest are so freaking talented, man.
Aren't
Like, I am
they?
so impressed. Shout out to you guys, because oh my days, this is just, I'm gonna print like half of these. I'm gonna spend so
That's
much money
what
on filament, and it's not even expensive.
I know. I know. But that's what I'm saying. It's like I love this contest because it's really highlighting the creative people in our community, and it also just it's such a fun way to see what people can do. And I think for the most part, this contest has been doing extremely well. It's been matching a lot of the other contests that I've seen. So I would love to be able to explore more of these contests in the future because, I mean,
Oh.
again, we talked about the frame series. Like, what if we did hey, print some stuff for the frame case specifically, like the front panel design or some like accessories to put on the cheese grater front?
Yes.
Like, we have so much possibility and so much ways to just engage with the community and to really show that you can make your PC yours.
I'm so excited for this personally. I know my personal feelings shouldn't come into this, but I'm really excited for this. So yes, we should do more.
But I did see a
That's
couple of
my
people
vote.
have asked like for more information on 3D printing and all that stuff. So I can tell everybody that we will definitely have another podcast on 3D printing. HP might be back from his time away, and so when he's back, we might get him on here because he does a lot of our 3D printing stuff. Again, if you've seen our open frame builds, he pretty much 3D modeled all of the pieces for the open frame build that is uploaded to our printables. He created all of the blank files for the AIO pump cap, the DRAM toppers, and the fan side clips. So I think we could have a really fun conversation with him on the next 3D printing podcast. It'll be me, Bob, and HP, and I think it'll be fun.
He's actually the exact person that I'm going to bother to see if we can get the blanks for the feet for the frame 4000D. See if we can get that, because I'd love personally. I really want to put.
You want
my
those heels
4000D
real
in
bad?
heels. I want to put my 4000D in heels. Okay. I think it will look. I think it will look hot. I'm just saying. I think it's like I'm calling it the Slay 4000D. That's
I
what's
need
happening
it.
right now.
I need it so bad. I need you to come up with a really fun acronym for Slay, though, if we're replacing the frame acronym, you know?
Yes, I do need to do that.
Wellies. Oh my God. We're just going to have a whole shoe collection, print feet, and then we'll have shoe options for you to purchase for your feet. It'll be great. All right. Which I know this is going to be a shock to everybody, but it is about time for the podcast to call it for the day because this is how we roll. We talk so fast that time just flies right by. Are there any Discord channels for sharing pics on designs? There is a 3D printing channel. We have it in the casual topics. I might actually make 3D printing its own just dedicated channel because I feel like that's just become a very prominent topic among all of us. So let me rework a little bit in the Discord and we'll figure that out. And that's where people can share their designs, pics, and all that fun stuff. And we'll go from there. But
Definitely not going to be
all
seeing
right.
me lurking in there.
Honestly, though, I think it'll be great. This is really fun. And again, we're going to have more conversations on 3D printing. We are going to be 3D printing some of the designs on the printable site, which, again, the contest ends on July 30th. So get your entries in, go to the website now, download the files, create your designs, put them up there. You have a chance to win some fun stuff. But also, there's going to be a lot of people out there who will see your designs and probably download them and use them, and it'll be really cool. So, we will have more topics on 3D printing. An hour was not enough to get into it, and a lot of people are pretty excited about it. So I'm looking forward to more conversations.
Me talking more? No, it doesn't sound like me at all.
No, weird.
Very, 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 very
Strange.
excited though. Thank you for
Yes.
including me, Lucky.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
I'm glad you're able to join today. I think this is a fun topic. We were long overdue, but we're making it happen. And then, of course, the last couple things is the next podcast will be next Wednesday. It'll be me and Mark's, and then I'm on vacation for a little bit, so we probably won't have a Tuesday podcast for a little bit, but don't worry. Bob and Nettie will be back. I know. But you can still get more Bob and Nettie this Thursday. Bob will be there. I'm working him into more things, so he should be showing back up a little bit more regularly because I know you guys miss him and he misses you all too.
I do. It's just if anyone sees Corsair Paz in chat, just blame him. It's his fault. He keeps giving me more and more work. Okay, just blame Paz. I want to start that. That's what I want to start. I want to see more. No more
Blame
blame
Paz.
Bob. We want to see hashtag blame Paz because that's the focus going forward. Okay, that's what we need to do.
It's blame Bob.
I'm trying so hard here. It's like, we need to move away from this.
Zinc wrote, noted, blame Bob.
I will never escape this.
Thanks everyone for hanging out. We will catch you in the next stream this Thursday and next podcast on Wednesday. But otherwise, you guys, we're all fair with Corsair. Bye.
Bye.